Over 21,000 new coronavirus vaccinations were reported across the state today. Thanks for choosing us tonight. I'm Chanel Porter. In total, about 43% of Missouri residents have received at least one dose of the vaccine. The average daily doses given in the past 7 days was above 12,000. The state positivity rate jumped 0.2% from yesterday to 5.3%. 267 confirmed cases were also reported today. This brings the total since the start of the pandemic to almost 516,000. And as vaccinations in Missouri continue to rise, there is a part of the population falling behind in the process. ABC 17's Layla Mitchell joins us live tonight from the Columbia-Boone County Health Department after talking with health officials about recent COVID trends. And Layla, they told you ages 20 to 35 are making up a large percentage of the positive cases across the state.
Yes, Chanel, with the warm weather and relaxed mask mandates, there are a lot of people out gathering together. Boone County has a high vaccination rate, but there are still a lot of young people getting COVID. Sarah Hum with the Columbia-Boone County Health Department said we have seen 244 cases of COVID-19 in Boone County in the last month. And of those cases, most of them are young adults.
The populations that have the most share of that would be the ages in the 20 to 24 bracket and the 25 to 29 age bracket.
22.6% of the 15 to 24 age group, 31% of the 25 to 34 age group have completed vaccination in the state.
The ratio there of the population and how many cases they make up a larger percentage of those newer positive cases.
Lisa Cox with DHSS said early on the elderly population was at a higher risk for developing serious cases of COVID.
There's so much about the elderly population being hit so hard with this disease, making the younger population feel that they don't need to get vaccinated.
Cox said with the various COVID-19 variants on the rise, that is no longer the case.
In the variants that are out there, we are seeing more of the younger population contracting COVID-19, struggling more with the younger population as far as getting them vaccinated. So we are seeing more of them come down with this severe illness.
Cox said there is a lot we do not know about the long-term effects of the virus.
We don't know the long-term effects of COVID-19 and who exactly it'll impact severely. So it is important to get vaccinated.
Some states across the U.S. are throwing out extra doses of the vaccine due to lack of demand, but state health officials say that is not the case here in Missouri. For now, reporting live in Columbia, Layla Mitchell, ABC 17 News.
All right, Layla, thank you so much. Health experts are also urging people to get vaccinated before the 4th of July when there will be a lot of opportunity to spread the virus. And for our full COVID-19 coverage, you can head over to our website at abc17news.com or download the ABC 17 News app. In a crime alert tonight, the Columbia Police Department responded to a report of shots fired today around 2:25 a.m. just north of the Discovery Parkway exit on U.S. Highway 63 heading south. While heading to the scene, officials learned a vehicle had run off the road and crashed as a result of the shots fired. Police arrived and located a male victim who had no injuries and one vehicle with property damage. There is currently no suspect descriptions available. The investigation is ongoing. And yesterday, we told you about a boat that caught fire at Lake of the Ozarks. We're taking a look right now at images that we got from the Missouri State Highway Patrol Troop F's Twitter page after the incident. Troops responded to the gas dock at the 17.5-mile marker at Lake of the Ozarks. They arrived to find the boat on fire drifting towards other docks. An officer attached a tow rope and towed the boat to a nearby ramp. Fire crews met the officer to put out the fire. 3 suspects were aboard the boat when it did catch fire. One was transported to Lake Regional by ambulance and 2 others had minor injuries but refused treatments. Well, it's been pretty hot and dry here in mid-Missouri. ABC's Storm Track forecaster Chance Gosh has been tracking the weather for us this week. Chance, is there any hope for cool downs or maybe some rain somewhere in there?
Well, one of those boxes will be checked. We're looking at maybe some late week storms and rain, but that cool down's not really going to happen. Maybe just a couple degrees for the high, but we're still going to be staying well above average for mid-Missouri here in mid-June. Now those temperatures are starting to cool down quite a bit now. We were topping around 92 degrees here in central Missouri. We're looking at mid to lower 70s across much of mid-Missouri. Columbia currently sitting at 78 degrees. We start going southwest towards Warsaw, 72. Brunswick, 78 degrees. So we're starting to cool down, and we're going to be heading towards 65 degrees for our overnight low. We're going to have those clear skies and those northeasterly flowing winds, 5 to 10 miles per hour out of the northeast. Now tomorrow morning, if you're planning on going out, maybe walking the dog, you're going to want to do it early just because those temperatures are going to start to skyrocket back up to 92 degrees for the high, but by 10 a.m. you're already at 82 degrees, so 10 degrees below the high for tomorrow. Mostly clear skies. Those winds still coming out of the northeast until we get a shift by the next day. Now, looking at the dew point tracker, thankfully, those dew points are a lot lower, so we're not going to see that strong humidity we've been seeing the past week. It's not going to be that air that you can almost taste when you start breathing in, maybe like that Florida air. Now, the next few days are going to cool down just a tad for the highs. You can see 88 by Wednesday. Thursday and Friday, we do have some chances of some storms start to pull in through the area. Thursday morning, maybe a few spotty showers, and then Friday afternoon will be our next chance of some stronger storms that's going to start happening maybe into the afternoon and evening. And then Saturday, we're just looking at some spotty showers and storms, and that temperature does start to cool down just a little bit, still above that average. Usually right about now we're at 82, 83 degrees here in central Missouri, but we're going to be 86 degrees on Saturday and Sunday, 89 degrees, and mostly clear skies. So it's going to start drying back up. Not as much rain as we really see usually, but we'll get a little bit of taste of it by the end of the week.
We first told you about recent bear sightings in Ashland on Thursday. You're looking at video right now that we got from residents in Ashland last week. The Ashland Police Department posted today that they were unsuccessful in attempts at catching the bear. The department said they were not attempting to relocate the bear, but they had plans of tasing it to teach it to avoid humans. Officials say the bear has moved out of the Ashland area on its own, which is common. They want to tell the public that black bears showing up in central Missouri is something they will have to get used to as the Missouri bear population expands. In Columbia news tonight, tomorrow is the first day of Columbia Public Schools summer session. CPS has said that about 9,000 students have signed up. This number represents about half of the student enrollment during the regular school year. Summer school is extended this year because the program did not go on last year during the pandemic. The elementary and middle school sessions run from June 14th to July 23rd. There are two different high school sessions. The first from June 14th to July 9th for the credit recovery and credit advancement. The second session started July 12th and will run through July 30th for credit recovery only. Masks for students and staff are optional but encouraged during the summer session. And the Columbia Board of Education will meet tomorrow to consider a school boundary recommendation. This would move 732 elementary students to different schools by the start of the 2023-24 school year. The plan would be implemented in phases. Some students would change schools for the 2022-23 school year, and others would change the following year. But no one would move more than once. The meeting will take place tomorrow at 6:30 in the Columbia Public Schools Administration Building. And starting tomorrow, the Columbia Boone County Health Department will be giving out free healthy lunches for kids during the summer months. Lunches will be given out from noon to 1 o'clock Monday through Friday at the Douglas Parks Main Shelter at 400 North Providence Road. The program is funded by the USDA and is an extension of the free and reduced lunch programs to provide meals for kids 18 years old and younger. This program is set to run until August 13th. Columbia residents should start receiving their trash and recycling vouchers in the mail this week. Columbia Solid Waste Utility customers will be receiving 2 vouchers for 26-count rolls of black trash bags. Customers should also be receiving 1 voucher for an 18-count of blue recycling bags. Vouchers are able to be redeemed at stores including Gerb's, supermarkets, Hy-Vee's, and Moser's Foods. If you don't receive your vouchers by June 25th, you should contact Waste Zero, the city's bag contractor.
Just ahead on ABC 17 News at 10, where the news comes first.
G7 leaders said today they will lead the world out of the coronavirus pandemic and other crises. We'll have the details after the break.
When there's a big story, we're all over it.
Law enforcement have been investigating here.
So I'll be watching this throughout the rest of this evening. You were on the scene just minutes after the crash actually happened.
ABC 17 News, where the